100 L naught times 100. Then the question says they are the highest point. We are given 20 degrees Celsius. At the same point, we are given 100 degrees Celsius. Then we are given a particular value. They say calculate the Celsius temperature corresponding to 70 degrees Celsius. 70 degrees. So the 70 degrees Celsius is the value that are being read by the thermometer, which is 70 minus that is 20 for lower fixed points. Then we are given 100 for upper fixed points. Okay? Lower fixed point again. They are the same value times 100. And what are we having there? 70 minus 20. We are having 50. This is 80 times 100. And if we try to evaluate this, we are going to have, you can just multiply 50 times 100 all divided by 80. And what we are having there is 62.5. 62.5. 62.5. Okay? And if we look at that question, it's in degrees Celsius. Degree Celsius. And that's the value. 62.5 degrees Celsius. Question number 2. A temperature scale has a lower fixed point of 40 millimeter and an upper fixed point of 200 millimeter. The question says, what is the reading on this scale when a thermometer reads 60 degrees Celsius? We are going to compare this scale to a standard scale of that of a centigrade, Celsius scale. And you know, by the time this thermometer reads 40 millimeter, okay, for this scale, what will now be the original lower fixed point for the Celsius scale? It will be 0 degree what? Celsius. And for that of the upper fixed point, it will be 100 degrees Celsius. And the value above the lower fixed point that the thermometer has read, what you are looking at the question there is 60. So what will be a particular value that will correspond to this value? So we are looking for this. If you have to do that, let's look at this. You are making use of this formula. L theta minus L naught, L 100 minus L naught will be equal to x theta minus x naught, x 100 minus x naught. Okay? This is the value we are looking for. This part, we take care of this. This part, we take care of this. Let's take it one by one. L theta is the value that the thermometer has already, the reading on the thermometer, which is 60. 60 minus L naught. L naught is the lower fixed point. That is what? 0. L 100 is the 100 itself. 0. Then let's look at this. This is the value we are looking for, which is the theta. Or let me put theta minus x naught. This is the lower fixed point, which is 40. X 100, which is 200. 40. Okay? 60 minus 0 is 60 over 100. For this place, this is theta minus 40. You leave it like that. This is evaluated. So let's try to cross multiply. We are going to have 100 into theta minus 40 is equal to 60 times 160. This is 100 theta minus 100. What will be the value of 100 times 40? And what we are going to have is 4,000. Okay? And what will be the value of 60 times 160, we are going to have 9,600. Okay? So that 100 theta will be equal to 9,600. This is plus, this is minus rather. It will become plus 4,000. 4,000. And if we try to add this one together, we are going to have 13,600. Because this is 9,000 plus 4,000, 13,600, which is still 100 theta. Then finally, our theta will be equal to 13,600 divided by 100. Okay? And what are we having? That's 136. 136. Okay? The question says, what is going to be a particular value that we are going to get at this point that corresponds to this value? That is 136 millimeter. 136 millimeter. And that's the answer. Question number 3 says, a temperature of 30 degrees Celsius. What is the equivalent in Fahrenheit scale? The other time I told you, and I've given you a formula we can use to convert a value from Fahrenheit to centigrade and from centigrade back to Fahrenheit. And let's have this formula. The formula, okay, we can use this formula. So let's quickly solve that question and see. We are given a value in Celsius, that is in centigrade, which is 30 degrees Celsius. What will be the equivalent value in Fahrenheit? As simple as this. This is the Celsius scale now. Instead of having this, we are going to put 30 degrees Celsius divided by 100 will be equal to Fahrenheit 32, 180. Cross multiply. If we cross multiply, we are going to have 100 into, that is the Fahrenheit minus 32 will be equal to 180 times 30. If we multiply, this is 100 Fahrenheit minus, then we try to multiply 100 times 32, and what we are going to have there is 3,200, which will be equal to, let's multiply 180 by 30. You are going to have 5,400. 5,400. Then we are going to have 100 degree Fahrenheit will be equal to 5,400 plus 3,200. And then 100 degree, this is what I want to have, which is going to be, okay, will be equal to, if we try to add this together, 5,000, 3 as 8,000, 8,600. Okay? Then we are still having, so that in Fahrenheit, it will be equal to divided by 100. And what we are going to have at the end of the day will be equal to 86 in, because we have to calculate in degrees Celsius, in Fahrenheit, it's going to be 86 in Fahrenheit. Because the question says, what will be the equivalent in Fahrenheit scale if we have a temperature of 30 degrees Celsius? So the answer will be equal to 86 in Fahrenheit, degree Fahrenheit. That's the solution to the question. Question number 4. What is the temperature of 48 degree Fahrenheit in Celsius? The one we just did right now is conversion from degree Celsius to Fahrenheit. The one we want to solve now is conversion from Fahrenheit back to Celsius. And we are still trying to make use the same formula. This formula divided by 100 is equal to Fahrenheit 32 180. In this case, we are given a value for a degree Fahrenheit. Okay, so let's see. 100 is equal to a value in degree Fahrenheit is 48. Put it there. 48 Fahrenheit minus 32. Okay, so let's try to cross multiply. We are going to have this times this, Celsius times 180 will be equal to, this is 100 into, this is 48 minus 32. Okay, this one is as simple as 180 and theta Celsius will be equal to, we are going to multiply 100 times 48. We are going to have, that's 4,800.